I am back, everyone. Back for revenge. No, I'm joking. Look, let's just get straight into it. I'm not about messing about. I want to talk about ADHD. So ADHD stands for attention. I don't even know what it stands for. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. I genuinely believe 80% of people who have said the word ADHD don't fully know what it stands for. But let's move on. I feel like it's low-key becoming a bit of a trend where a lot of people in my personal life, but also from what I've witnessed, on the internet and stuff like that, are kind of just talking about it and basically kind of self-diagnosing themselves. I think it's really tough. I think if you go on the internet and you type in, if you might say, I have a cough, and then it will come up with, you got lung cancer, things like that. I think self-diagnosing is not actually good. Obviously, I believe that doctors are more trained than us, and they know a lot more about, other symptoms and different diseases, and they obviously know a lot more. But I think I've realised recently that a lot of people are kind of saying that they've got ADHD and, oh my God, I've got these symptoms. And do you know what? Before I heard about it, I've always heard about it, but, I only recently kind of started to think about it. What are the symptoms of someone who's got ADHD? Granted, I've done no research into this, and I kind of thought to myself, ADHD is probably people who don't have good attention, probably fidget a lot, and I don't know, probably just can't stay still. And I realised, quite recently, I've witnessed, I'd say 2 or 3 people, and they've basically told me they've got ADHD. And it was pretty obvious that, they did have it. I was in a boardroom with them, and I just, I'd always witnessed them just always moving, fidgeting with stuff. When it came to, them having to interact with people, absolutely fine. But, when they were listening to people, it was just manic. And I'm saying this all in a positive, kind of positive way. It's nothing bad. And it was weird. Yes, I got told, someone told me, oh yeah, they've got ADHD. And this person also had, that's also fireworks going on in the background. This person also had tics. And it was very, very observant, is that a word? Very noticeable. I found it really interesting. And then, so that happened where I basically witnessed that. And then, again, I've been told by other people, smart people telling me, oh yeah, they've got ADHD, and they've heard it from their other kind of smart people they know. And then, when I've witnessed, I don't want to say severe case because I'm not a doctor, I don't know the different severities of ADHD. But when I witness someone who's very evidently got ADHD, when I hear other people saying they have got it and then I don't really see the symptoms, I get a bit, not judgmental, but I get a bit confused, I'd say. Not necessarily believing the people. So then that kind of led me on the road of looking, and even I got told that, I've definitely got ADHD. And I'm like, but I probably don't. So then I started going on Google and looking up ADHD symptoms. And let's just go over it one by one, I say. It's on the NHS website. And it's funny because I think we actually did a YouTube video where I went over like a personality traits website. So this is what NHS says. I trust NHS, don't know why I shouldn't. So having short attention span, easily distracted. To be honest, I kind of see that, but that's mainly because I'm not really interested in most of the shit I do in my life. Appearing forgetful, losing things, being unable to stick to tasks that are tedious or time consuming. See, like, when I hear stuff like that, being able to stick to tasks that are tedious or time consuming, the person I heard this from, works in a very smart industry, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the tasks are going to be tedious and time consuming. So the fact that these people saying they have ADHD but they clearly can do their job, which is a lot of it's going to be time consuming. I don't know, it gets me a bit doubtful, I can't lie. Appearing to be unable to listen to or carry out tasks. Again, people I've heard this from who are very smart, they can do their job well, so I don't understand that. Having difficulty organising things, to be fair, maybe. Can I also just make a little disclaimer? Everything I'm saying in this video is just my thoughts. Obviously I'm clearly not qualified, but it's just kind of my thoughts. Here we go. Hyperactivity and impulsiveness. Being unable to sit still, especially in calm or quiet surroundings. Facts. Constantly fidgeting. I saw this from my very own eyes. Unable to concentrate on tasks. Excessive physical movements. I just had a little sneeze there. One sec. Excessive talking. I don't know. Being unable to wait for their turn. That was so obvious. That was one of the things I was like, what's going on? Because you know what? Someone who hasn't got it, let's say, they can, portray someone who has got it and think, and obviously if they don't know they've got ADHD, they might think they're a very rude person. So in this boardroom meeting, honestly, this individual just wouldn't stop interrupting people. And I was like, what's going on? But obviously it's not in like a rude way. But yeah, I mean, that's basically, obviously I'm sure there's other symptoms, but I just find it quite interesting. And I like how NHS, they've got symptoms in adults. So they've got, in adults, is kind of the same thing, like forgetfulness, restless and edginess, difficulty keeping quiet, blurting out responses, extreme impatience. So yeah, when you read stuff like that, I'm sure people do have kind of a few little traits here and there that are listed here. But just because you have a few traits, I don't necessarily means that you've got ADHD. So that's kind of that part. So I was looking at, how do you get diagnosed with ADHD? Like, do you do like a brain MRI? And apparently all you do is just you speak to a therapist or you speak to someone who specialises in it. They ask you questions and then they just diagnose you with it. And then if you want, you can get put on medications. And I find that crazy. Because a lot of people can just lie, surely. You can just... And the thing is, what I got told is apparently this medicine this individual's on has apparently changed their life. They can focus a lot more. And when I hear that, I'm like, damn, I want to get put on that, So people can surely just lie about this and then just get put on this medication, right? So yeah, I personally don't think I've got ADHD, but I do find it really interesting. That being said, if I got told let's say I got told I got ADHD, would I want to get put on the medications? I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think that's kind of that. What I was going to talk about, yes, I think as well, it's becoming a really big trend from what I've seen. And again, I don't know if this could have been a massive trend 2 years ago, I don't know, but I just see it everywhere on YouTube now, right? What's his name? Stephen Bartlett? I don't know. The guy who does that Diary CEO. He had like some brain guy who talked about ADHD, and apparently he's been diagnosed with it now. So apparently every Tom, Dick and Harry is just getting diagnosed with ADHD, which I find quite funny. What else can I really say about this? So why would people maybe want to say they've got it? I think it kind of links as well to people maybe wanting just to say they've got something because it's cool. It's cool to say you're a bit different, right? If you're a bit, quirky, whatever. It's kind of cool to be like that, right? So I'm sure a lot of people just say that just because, why not say you got ADHD? It's probably a talking point. But that's kind of my opinions on this. I think it's really interesting. And when I was doing a bit of research, when I said on research, I probably did 10 minutes of research. I was looking at, so what kind of questions do they ask you? I've totally forgotten it, but there is like a really reputable, I don't want to say framework, but it's like a questionnaire, and it's like super like reputable in the industry. Some medical guy's done like a study on it, and apparently you can just self-diagnose yourself before even getting professionally diagnosed. Apparently it's very accurate. I don't know the name of it, but I had a look at the questionnaire, and it was just like really kind of interesting questions, and it's not, you have to kind of think about them. But yeah, I think if you think you have it, don't think you have it because I told you you have it. I'm not a doctor. Get yourself diagnosed. What I got told though is that apparently in the UK is like a 2-year wait list. So good luck getting an appointment. But if you've got private healthcare, why not? Apparently if you do, is a lot of money. So that's great. But let me know your thoughts down below. I think it's a really cool topic. Would you want to get put on the pills, let's say, if you had it? And yeah, let me know if you've ever thought you've had it, or just let me know your thoughts. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce, so I'm gonna say peace. Bye.